Hello, good day to you, and thanks for joining us on Express Update. I am Honorable Bagbin, and now to our news headlines. Bagbin cautions MPs and ministers against holding profit-based positions. Supreme Court quashes contempt conviction against Akwetia MP, and our teenager drowns in abandoned Galamsey pit at Chiane. Family demands investigation. Our government moves patients to selected clinics as public hospitals are deserted. Now to the news in details. In our first story, the Speaker of Parliament, Right Honourable Kingsford Bagbin, has urged members of Parliament, ministers and deputy ministers to strictly comply with the 1992 Constitution as the standing orders of Parliament before accepting any positions that offer profits, emphasizing the constitutional limitations on public office holders holding additional positions of financial benefits. The Speaker cited his own example, recalling that in 2009, while Majority Leader, he declined an offer to serve as Minister for Parliamentary Affairs.
He further noted his recent decision to reject an appointment as board chairman of the National Health Insurance Scheme, reinforcing his dedication to maintaining the constitutional separation of powers and preventing potential conflicts of interest within government.
Ministers and deputy ministers accept appointments to various boards, committees, and external positions, many of which carry remuneration or other benefits, without seeking the permission of the Speaker, as required by the Constitution and the standing orders of Parliament. This trend, if left unchecked, risks eroding the ethical standards of public service, weakening parliamentary oversight, and compromising the credibility of Parliament in the eyes of the public. As Majority Leader in 2009, when I was offered the position to be Minister for Parliamentary Affairs, I rejected it because I could not subsume the authority of a Majority Leader, the Leader of the House, as a minister to be under the dictates and directive of the executive. I was offered to be chair of the National Health Insurance Authority, as you all know, Speaker's chair. I rejected it because I think it's not proper to go and chair the board, submit reports under the supervision of a minister.
Furthermore, he urged MPs, ministers and deputy ministers to adhere to proper procedures by submitting applications to the Committee on Profits within 14 days for assessment and recommendations.
Within 14 days from the date of this communication, submit to the Committee of Office, Committee on Office of Profit, a formal request for approval in accordance with the procedure set out under Standing Order 224. The request shall disclose the nature of the appointment, the duties involved, any remuneration attached, and any other matter necessary for a full assessment by the Committee on Office of Profit.
In our next story, the Supreme Court has overturned the contempt conviction against Akwetia MP Ernest Yaokome, nullifying both the conviction and the bench warrant issued by Justice Emmanuel Senya Amadehe in a 4-1 majority ruling delivered on Wednesday, June 11th. The court also barred Justice Amadehe from sentencing the MP. Now, the majority decision was led by Justice Henrietta Mensah-Bonsu, Ernest Gao, Henry Kofi, and A.J. Frimpong, with the Justice Gabriel Scott Poman, president of the bench, dissenting. Now, away from that, a 19-year-old boy, Harold Kwabena, has tragically drowned in an abandoned Galamsey pit in Chiane, a farming community in the Bibiani Anya Bekwai municipality of the Western North region. The incident occurred while he and some friends were reportedly engaged in illegal mining activities. His father, Nana Kwabena Nipa III, expressed profound grief and suspicion over the unclear circumstances of his son's death, urging the Bibiani police and authorities to launch a thorough investigation. The incident has reignited concerns over the dangers posed by abandoned mining pits in such communities, which continue to claim young lives. And in our final story, faced with nationwide strike by the Ghana Registered Nurses and Midwives Association, the government has redirected patients to selected private and public clinics to maintain healthcare services, as public hospitals remain largely deserted. The strike, now in its second week, was triggered by the government's failure to implement the 2024 collective agreement, which includes benefits like the 13th month salary and rural incentives. Government Communications Minister Felix Kwachi Ofosu noted that meeting these standards would cost 2 billion Ghana cedis annually, a figure missing from the 2025 budget. In the meantime, the Ministry of Health has appealed to retired nurses and midwives for temporary support, though officials admit this stopgap measure cannot resolve the growing crisis. And this is all we have for you on Express Update. My name is Honorable Bagbin.